The S&P 500 is a go-to for many investors around the world, and based on over 100 years of historical data, you are likely to get returns of around 10% on average, which is very good, especially compared to savings accounts or holding money in cash. But recently, I've been thinking it's not the way to go, and it's because of two people I follow who you might have heard of. Alex Hormozi and Siam Kidd are well known online and both have serious credibility. They are very successful and are both multimillionaires. Alex Hormozi is literally worth more than $100 million, so he's doing quite well. In today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly why they've got me thinking about alternative options that can potentially get us investors much higher returns. As a little bonus, I'm going to point you to one of Alex Hormozi's YouTube videos that recently blew me away and got me really thinking about the way I invest my time and my money. Now, I might get a bit of hate for what I'm about to say in this video, because many people invest in the S&P 500 and many investors get a little bit tribal with their investments. But if you've got an open mind, I think you'd be pleasantly surprised with the alternative options I'm about to talk about. Investing in yourself versus investing in the S&P 500, which offers higher returns. Investing is often associated with financial markets like the S&P 500. But what about investing in yourself? This is what Alex Hormozi talks about. Now, before we crack on, I want to tell you why I've become a little bit obsessed with Alex Hormozi's YouTube videos in recent weeks. He is the co-owner of Skool, which is a brilliant platform that I'm part of. By the way, if you want to check out my investing communities on Skool, you can find the links below in the description. Anyway, I don't just have my own communities on Skool, I'm part of other Skool communities. And the more I'm getting into Skool, the more I'm enjoying the platform. You were surrounded by positive people who go out of their way to help you. The further I went down the Skool rabbit hole, the more I keep hearing about Alex Hormozi. I've resisted his YouTube videos in the past because they're all an hour plus, 2 hours plus. But I've watched some of his content on the Skool platform, and this led to me watching his YouTube channel. I was hooked. His storytelling is brilliant and keeps you interested throughout. Now, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent. I just wanted to give you some context. The video I mentioned is titled, "If you want 2025 to be the best year of your life, please watch this video." I'll leave the link below in the description. There's loads of golden nuggets in this particular video, but the main takeaway for me was the way he spoke about the S&P 500. So instead of investing $10,000 in the S&P 500 and then $1,000 in interest, he says you should invest in the S&P 500. Basically, putting that $10,000 into yourself. Investing in yourself means allocating time, effort, and resources into enhancing your skills, knowledge, and well-being. This can include education, personal development, health, and expanding your abilities. Spending money on courses and personal development might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's worth considering in my humble opinion. Let's say you earn $50,000 per annum and you do some extra courses to advance your career. A year later, you could be earning $75,000 per annum. Then year two, you invest another $10,000. At the end of year two, you're now earning $100,000 per year. You get where I'm going, hopefully. Alex Hormozi says that he's literally done this every single year. He's kept his expenses low and just kept on investing in himself. And X amount of years later, he's worth over $100 million and can now invest serious amounts of money into things like the S&P 500 or crypto or Bitcoin, depending on his thoughts on the digital space. I believe what he's saying, and I know it works because it worked for me back in 2010. I was a struggling electrician earning $50,000 per year. I know, getting the violins out. A decent amount of money, yes, but I was working 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. I was miserable at the time. So instead of moaning about my situation like the majority of the lads I was working with, the other contractors, I went back to college to progress my career and increase my income. 2 years later, my income doubled. So take it from me, this particular video, Alex Hormozi's video, is worth watching. And it's definitely worth considering in yourself instead of the S&P 500. Now, before we press on part 2, I want to tell you that nothing in this video should be taken as financial advice. Investing in crypto versus investing in the S&P 500, which offers higher returns. This is obvious in my opinion, because the S&P 500 can get you around 10% a year but crypto can potentially get you 10% in a single day, and sometimes much more. Crypto, if you learn it and understand it, like learning the 4-year crypto cycle, can offer significantly higher returns than the S&P 500. Just let me give you a little example from my experience. Back in January 2021, I invested into 10 well-researched cryptos. 6 got me okay returns, 3 got me like 5x returns if I remember correctly, but 1 blew my socks off, and that was Solana. I got in at around $3 and it went up to around $260. That's almost a 90x. Now, I didn't cash out at the top, I sold incrementally on the way up, which I feel is the best way to approach your crypto exit strategy. By the way, if you were getting emotional about crypto and you don't know when to sell, see below in the description for a video that will help calm you down and help you with your all-important exit strategy. Long story short, I would choose crypto over the S&P 500 every day of the week. Yes, crypto is volatile, and yes, it's risky if you steam in looking for quick, easy money. But if you are willing to put the work in, the potential returns can be life-changing. I'm now going to hand you over to Siam Kidd, and possibly the best crypto book I've read over the last 8 years. I'll leave the link for Siam's website below in the description, and that's where you can get yourself a copy of this excellent book. Siam has 20 years experience as a trader, has a multi-million-pound crypto portfolio, and runs several businesses. He is legit and is worth checking out on YouTube and X. There are loads of benefits of reading this particular book, like fully understanding Bitcoin, how crypto is linked to macro, basically global economics, understanding cycle narratives, crypto security, how to exit crypto, getting you ready for the future. This is exciting and scary at the same time, and much more. What I like the most though is how he explains real inflation. He does this using the experience of an Argentinian family over the last 20 to 25 years. This Argentinian nightmare really is frightening. He goes into detail about how it's been in Argentina over the last few decades, but I'll try and give you a quick summary. He changes the names, but the case study he talks about is real. So imagine an upper middle class Argentinian family of 4. Pablo and Paula both had degrees and both earned the equivalent to a £60,000 a year UK salary. They had degrees, so they had the education. They had good jobs, nice house, nice car, all good. Back in the year 2000, 1 peso equaled $1. But by 2005, the peso crashed against dollar by 66%, and it was now 3 pesos to $1. This, if you didn't know, is very high inflation. They went to see the financial advisor, which many people rely on, and asked if they should be concerned. The reply from their advisor was a blasé, "No, you're fine. I've got you a lovely portfolio of diversified assets and tracker funds." There is more info in the book, but we'll fast forward to 2021, at a point when they have 2 kids and only 1 income. And that income has got lower and lower over the years, despite the cost of living being sky high. This situation was caused by inflation, and at this point it was 98 pesos for $1. Things got much, much worse, as Pablo died later that year, leaving Paula a single mother with no income and 2 kids, with no food or prospects. This story is heart-wrenching and shows you how bad inflation is. The thing is, after reading Siam's brilliant book, he says that inflation isn't between 2 and 3%, but more like 15% due to currency debasement. This is basically when governments and central banks turn the money printers on to pay off some of their debt, or they try and pay off the debts. Now, if you read this book and you believe, like me, that inflation is at around 15%, it's potentially going to change the way you view investments. Because the thing is, if inflation's 15% and you're getting 10% in the S&P 500, you're going to be down by 5% every single year. Your money, your spending power is getting eroded. It's getting lower year after year. Learning and understanding inflation in 2021 going into 2022 pushed me further towards crypto. Now, I'm not saying stop investing in your index fund or whatever you invest into. I'm just saying it's worth having a good think about how you invest your hard-earned money. Because I'm a firm believer that we can all protect our financial future with education. I'm very bullish on crypto, And I think it's a really good option for us investors, so we can beat inflation and secure our financial futures. But what, after all this info, you do want to invest into crypto, but you're not sure what to buy? Well, if you see below, you'll find a video where I talk about 4 different crypto portfolios, ranging from low risk to high risk. Summary. The last thing I want to do with this video is upset any die-hard S&P 500 fans. We're all different as investors, and we're going to invest our hard-earned money the way we see fit. I just wish more investors would prioritize education. I've hopefully given you some decent options that will help you beat inflation and secure your financial future. And if nothing else, I honestly feel that you're going to get real value from my favorite Alex Hormozi video and Siam Kidd's latest crypto book. Again, you can find the links below in the description. Now, before you shoot off, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can stay fully updated with crypto and investing in general as we move into 2025. Thanks for watching.